Well, hello. Hello, I should say. What have I done to this camera? Come back here, you. Right, that's a very professional beginning, wasn't it? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alistair Humphreys. Hello. I am the author of the book, The Boy Who Biked the World. I'm an adventurer. I've also written books like The Girl Who Rode the Ocean, and then some sort of picture books like Against the Odds, which has got stories of lots of cool adventurers doing crazy stuff. You guys have been very kindly reading my book in school, Ashfield Junior School. So thank you very much. And what I want to do is answer some of the questions that you have written for me. And I do have them here in front of me. Leo and Phoebe want to know, was it hard to cycle up the highest road in Africa, in Lesotho? Oh, the highest road in Africa is pretty high, and Lesotho is pretty hilly and beautiful. But so it was hard, yeah, of course. It was a big mountain. But by the time I got to Lesotho, I'd been biking for over a year. So I was pretty fit by then. It was a lovely sunny day and the mountains were beautiful. So it's a really fantastic part of riding through Africa. Anaya says, what I like writing a book? Whew. I think writing a book about cycling around the world is harder than actually cycling around the world. Your fantastic, lovely teacher, Mrs. Smith, sent me these questions 6 minutes ago. She emailed me the questions and immediately I'm replying to them. So why am I being so efficient? Is it because I'm a good and organized person? No, it's because I'm a very lazy book writer. And right now I'm currently writing my next book. Look, here's what a book looks like when it's still quite rubbish. I print it all out and then scribble all over it with red pen saying, this is rubbish. Go back and do it all again. So when your questions came in, I was like, yes, I've got an excuse to escape book writing for a while. What is my new book, I hear you ask? Well, in this book, Tom bikes around the world, as you've been reading. And then in the next one, Tom's sister, Lucy, she bikes around the world. What happens next? Well, Tom and Lucy now, the book I'm writing now, and which is still really bad, but hopefully will be good one day. Tom and Lucy are currently canoeing across America, following two old explorers called Lewis and Clark. Got my map on the wall here of America, so I'm trying to work out and putting post-it notes up, trying to work out the story that I tell about these guys doing this trip. So writing a book, Anaya, is hard. Harry H and Nola want to know about what it's like cycling through Egypt and did I follow the Nile? I did follow the Nile for quite a way up Egypt, but also there were, when I was there was quite a few safety issues. So there were parts of the Nile I wasn't allowed to cycle up, and then instead I had to follow the Red Sea coast and said, this is beautiful, you know, snorkeling and swimming and stuff. Rosie in April asks, did your tires burst? Did my tires burst? I've just got this new camera. I'm not sure I like it. Do you like my new camera? I think it's quite annoying. Amazon review for camera. This is annoying. Also, you can see my really bad haircut. Oh, look, you can see my desk. Ah, everything. Right, stay there, camera. Stop moving. Sorry, Rosie in April. It's very rude of me. You're asking me if my tires burst. Yeah, I got lots and lots of punctures. My worst day biking around the world for punctures, I had 15 in one day. Whew, I got very annoyed that day. Addison says, were your parents happy to see you when you got home? I hope so, Addison. I was certainly happy to see them. 4 years without seeing your friends and family is a long time. Noah, why did you decide to write a book about it? Well, I started going on adventures because I loved reading books. I've got lots of books of adventures, and I love reading about adventures and travel. So reading those books made me think, hey, maybe I'd like to write another book. Also, before I biked around the world, I used to be a teacher, and I stopped being a teacher because being a teacher is really hard work, and I'm quite lazy. So it's much easier to spend 4 years cycling 46,000 miles across 60 countries and 5 continents than to teach a class of noisy and smelly children. I'm sorry, that's very rude of me. I'm sure you're not noisy. And so I was sort of used to writing and talking and communicating for younger people. So I thought it'd be good to write a book for children. And then the final reason was money. I thought maybe writing books, I can earn some money. So thank you to your school for buying a copy of my book. Hopefully you'll all buy lots more of them and make me a millionaire. Yeah, so I guess there's lots of reasons. I like writing, I like sharing my stories, and also it's a way to try and it's my job, I guess. Bethany B and Harry C. Was it fun riding around the world? Parts of it were excellent. There were fantastic times, there were boring times, there were scary times. So there was some fun times. I mean, if I said to you, has your life been fun for 4 years? I'm sure you'd say sometimes yes, sometimes not so much. So it's a long old time. Hugh and Elliot, how long did it really take you and how far? It took me 4 years and 3 months to cycle around the world, and it was 46,000 miles. Bailey, how are your legs alive after that? What a great question. How are your legs alive after that? The fantastic thing is that the more you do, the stronger and fitter you get. So the first day, I was in a lot of pain. My legs hurt, my bum hurt, I was suffering. But by the end of the journey, I was strong and fit. I could cycle literally 100 miles in a day without getting tired. So the more you exercise, the fitter you get. Isaac, did you see an albatross on your adventure? I didn't actually see an albatross. That was a little bit of poetic license of exaggerating to make a point in the story. I'd love to see an albatross there, wouldn't you? Bethany D. I like this class. We've got Bethany B and Bethany C, Harry C and Harry H. Bethany D, not Bethany B. Oh no, this is Bethany D. And Bethany D wants to know, was I scared? Sometimes, but not that often. I'm not a very brave person. I don't really like doing scary sort of stuff. George, did you cycle in a straight line across the world, or was I wobbling around in a zigzag? Not a wigwag, a zigzag. Did I go in a straight line? No, I didn't really. Actually, if you look on a map, I went down Africa, up South America, wiggle through Asia. So it's quite a wiggly route. Sienna asks, was it tough to go into all the different countries? Tough to get into. Well, you need a passport, and then you need to get a visa, and you need to get permission to go to countries. And some countries are fine; you can just go and visit. That's nice and easy. And then some countries are harder to get in, and that basically depends on how friendly our government is with their government, and that sort of depends on whether you're let in or not. We are so lucky in Britain to have a passport that lets us get into most other countries, and countries welcome us kindly in. There's quite a few countries who struggle desperately to get into Britain. So we're very lucky. I'm very lucky having a British passport makes life much easier to travel the world. Jessica, how did it feel to cycle that far when no one thought you could? Oof, that's a good question. I don't know if anyone's ever asked me that. I felt proud to show that I could do something difficult that other people maybe didn't think I would be able to do. But mostly I'm hesitating because mostly you want to do things because it makes you feel good, not to show off to other people. So actually the important thing was, how did it feel to cycle that far when I didn't think that I could? And when I made it around the world, then I felt proud. And it's a great reason to try and do things that are difficult, because you surprise yourself. You think, oh, wow, I did that thing that I thought was going to be too hard, but I did it and I felt good. And what's great about that is you then feel a bit braver, a bit stronger to do something else and try something else, and you become a more confident person through daring yourself to try scary stuff. Amber, do your legs hurt when you ride up the mountains? Oh yeah, definitely. And your bottom. When I got really tired, I just get off and walk, pushing the bike. Ryan, did you bike to Antarctica? Oh no, sadly not. I didn't go to Antarctica or Australia. I'd love to go to both of those. Aisha, how did it feel to be so far from home? Sometimes it feels amazing far from home to just think, wow, I'm on the other side of the planet. This is crazy and wonderful. And sometimes you feel a bit small and lonely and wish you could be at home on your sofa watching telly with your friends and family. But mostly I feel it's quite exciting. Caleb, when did you learn to ride a bike? I learned to ride a bike when I was, I guess, about 5 in the village in the Yorkshire Dales where I grew up. And the story is that on my first bike ride, my dad was sort of helping me ride down the street and holding onto the bike behind. And when I got it, he gave me a little push and off I went. And he felt very proud. And his son was off into the world exploring. And then whack, I crashed into a wall and cut my chin and started crying. And so that was my first adventure. Stupid camera. 2-star review. Does not stay properly on top of computer. I'll tell you what, maybe I'll just talk like this. Can you still see me? That was actually the final question, so I think we'll just end it there. Thank you so much for reading my book. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's given you some ideas of adventures of your own. And good luck with all of your own adventures. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Click here to end stream. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. Do you want to end your video? Well, yes, I do. Goodbye.